My name is Delian Bartholomew, and I'm a food technologist attached to the Produce Chemist Laboratory. And today I'm going to highlight a few of the products that we have been working on here at our product development. First of all, you would see here we have some pancake mixes. So the various pancake mixes were made from breadfruit, we have from ripe plantain, and we have from sweet potato. The sweet potato pancake mix was made with the skin, and they have different spices in them, raisin agents, so all that persons need to add is whatever milk of their choice and the eggs. Some persons prefer to use an egg substitute or the powdered egg or whatever egg they choose. So that's why these two ingredients are not in there. Some persons have allergies, some persons are vegan, so it comes almost ready to use. So as I said, milk of choice and eggs. We know these local products are packed with vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that the body needs to fight off free radicals. And we also know that as we look around us right now, we would see the abundance of breadfruit. So these are things that persons can use to preserve breadfruit. The breadfruit lovers, in times of when there's no breadfruit scarcity, you could have different products that you can use with breadfruit in it. So therefore, we thought that the pancake mixes that are imported, most time is just flour, but these are our sweet potato, these are our breadfruit, these are our ripe plantain. So as I said before, they're packed with vitamins and minerals, and we could get to use our local products, and it's a preservation technique as well. So you would have your pancake mixes to eat on your Sunday morning right through the year. Here we have our tomato powder. The tomato powder, again, was conceptualized because we know that certain times of the year we have a glut, and then certain times it's gone scarce. And there are persons who really love tomato, and also the manufacturing industry can get tomatoes to use in their products. Like, you have an ingredient that requires tomato. You can use tomato in the form of powder because sometimes, as I said, you don't have any, especially in the rainy season. We know there's a situation where from the heat to the rain, the tomatoes would crack, or sometimes the rain, the flowers would fall, and you would have a lot of rot and fungal growth in the tomato in the field. So when we have good tomatoes and when they're in abundance, we can pick them, make sure we select the right fruits. We select fruits that do not have pests or disease or rot and stuff like that. We don't want the soft ones. We want them fully ripe but firm. So the selection of the fruit is important, because if you select fruits that may have some kind of bacteria or mold or something, you can transfer it to the person in production. So selection of the fruit is very important. So after you select the fruit, you weigh it, you wash it, you drain it, you slice it up, and the treatment we use something that's natural. We use lemon, which keeps the color while it's dehydrating, so it doesn't get dark or discolored and things like that. If somebody, however, want to do tomato product on a commercial basis, you could use citric acid. However, if you're just a homeowner and you want to do some tomato powder for your own use, you can go ahead and use lime or lemon. It works just as well. And that is what I did. I didn't use any chemical. Everything is just natural, and I used lemon. The tomato paste, you can, as I said, use it in different soups, sauces. You could use it as a thickener. You could use it on pasta with cheese. You could use it on mini pizzas. You could use it in your barbecue sauce and things like that. And you have it's very concentrated in taste. It's even more concentrated than actual ripe tomato if you taste it, because you have everything just dried in there. And then it was milled, and you have your powder. Again, you have it year round. Again, is another simple preservation technique for you to have tomatoes year round. The hotels can use it, the guest houses can use it, the simple homeowner can use it, and things like that. So that is something that we hope that somebody would probably take up in the future and would be probably interested in developing this product and put it out on the market. So here again, we have sweet potato flour. What we did with the sweet potato, we have it in different categories. So we have whole sweet potato flour. We call it whole sweet potato flour because it was done with the skin on it, right? And then we have this sweet potato flour that was done without the skin. We did both of them because we know preference. Persons would prefer some with skin and would prefer some without skin. Also, those that we did with skin, we left some that were milled a little less than some. So if you notice, some would be a little more grainy. That is for persons who prefer like a heavier bread or heavier porridge. They prefer grittiness and things like that. So they would use the one with the skin that was not milled as much and not sifted as much. However, persons who prefer a nice, smooth, delicate taste, we have the ones that were milled some more and it was sifted some more, so you have a nice, smooth flour. How we went about making the sweet potato flour, again, selection of the root was important. We had to select roots that were free from damage by the weevil and things like that were not damaged further by other pests or mildew or things like that in the field. Then when they came in, we further inspected them, and then we weighed them to get the weight because it's important to know the ratio, that the amount of flour you would get after in that 3.5 pounds of sweet potato processed with the skin would give you 1 pound of flour. So after the washing and the cleaning, it's important for persons to know that you would wash the sweet potato, put it back in water, wash it again, and you would continue washing it until there is a clean water. And when you have that last clean water, then you could go ahead and put it to drain. Then what we did with the sweet potato that is different to what we see on the market, that we blanched it. We blanched it so for just about 2 minutes in hot water. We just give it a quick blanch so as to keep the texture and the flavor and the color and all of that of the sweet potato. After blanching, we let it cool. We slice very thin, 1 millimeter, 1 to 3 millimeter, especially if you're using your hand, which is, as I said, homeowners can do this. You at home, you can get up one morning and you can make a sweet potato flour in 2 days, So 1 to 3 millimeters thick. We place them on dehydrator sheets. They dehydrated for 16 hours. We took them out, we cool them, and we grind them with a mill. So the entire process you hear here, you have not heard anything about any chemical use or any preservative or anything like that, and you get flour that lasts you 6 to 12 months. Once you keep it in a dry condition and you keep it in a sealed bag, like you see the pouches, after you take out the seal, you can still reseal them because they're resealable pouches. So that's one of the reasons why we use these. So it's a very good package. Not everybody would want to use this packaging. You can use ordinary plastic bags that are out there, but once you make sure you keep them dry and away from moisture, away from water, and you're good to go for your 6 to 9 months. You can use your sweet potato flours to make your bread at home. You could use 1 cup of, if you're somebody that you don't have celiac disease, that means you're not allergic to wheat, you can go ahead and use 1 cup of sweet potato flour. Sorry, half cup of sweet potato flour to 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and you can make your breads, your cake, your cheese straw, your cookies, and different things like that, your porridge and things like that. Breadfruit product here, just breadfruit puncher cream. Again, the idea was to use local and we have an abundance of breadfruit, and we know most times you make puncher cream is just with milk and alcohol and different things, but we thought it a good idea to incorporate something else into it. And breadfruit gives you the thickness. Breadfruit gives you a nice smooth punch. And here was, we added local spices, eggs, you have milk, and things like that. And we have, oh, and not forgetting rum. I won't say which local rum, but a local rum was added as well to give you that nice hot kick that some persons would prefer in an alcoholic beverage. We noticed that there are a lot of alcoholic beverages being born, different ones, and we thought that breadfruit would be a very good addition to the family. So hence the idea of the breadfruit puncher cream. And again, if there's anybody that is interested, we have a recipe, and we're willing to work with them to get a product out on the market if there's any interest. Again, this is a product that could be made at home. Anyone interested, we can work with them, give them the recipe and things like that, and this can be done at home. I mean, you have an event, a wedding, some family event, a party, Christmas, you have your own local breadfruit puncher cream, right? So, and it would last, it has a long shelf life, and you can keep it in your refrigerator and pour and enjoy when the family and friends come around. And again, it's local, no additives, no preservatives went into it. Once you have a very good blender at home, you can go ahead and make this product. You just have to get it smooth and blend all your ingredients and add your alcohol and you bottle, and you're good to go. So here we have, we're raining breadfruit. So here we have breadfruit flour, and it was made very similar to the sweet potato flour in that it was blanched again as well, because we wanted to keep all the texture, the flavor, and the color and things like that in. Selection of the breadfruit again is very important. You know, sometimes we have the old-fashioned rod and we just pick the breadfruit and they fall on the ground and they get that soft spot. We don't want that for the flour. So it's important if somebody can climb the tree, you climb, you pick. Once it's hand-picked, you get a better product. The breadfruit again, you need to properly wash the breadfruit. We cut it in four, and it was blanched in four quarters. It was blanched, then it was cool. It was sliced 1 to 3 millimeters thick and placed on dehydrating trays and dehydrated for 16 hours. And once you will know it's dried, when you take it out and you get that really crispy, that pack sound, that really dry sound when you break it. So you will know it's dry, and then you can go ahead and you can, if you have a blender at home that is really a high-powered blender, you can put it in your blender and you can get breadfruit flour instantly. Or if you want to go commercially and you want to do it bigger, you could use the mill here, you could do it at home, you could use the sun. You at home, you could slice your breadfruit and put it in the sun. It can dry on a really hot sunny day. You start early in the morning and you put your breadfruit out to dry on a mesh, just a little bit raised from the ground, because you don't want, the little pests or any animals running around to get on it and to contaminate it. And then once you have a high-powered blender, you can mill, you can grind, and you can get your own breadfruit done at home. Or as I said, it can be done commercially. And you do things with the breadfruit flour mixed with other all-purpose flour, the same as you do with anything, your bread, your cake, and you could use it to do punch. You could do it punch without the alcohol if you're not an alcoholic type person, so you can do that as well too. You can get your porridge done with it as well too. And it was used without any chemicals. It was used with very simple, cost-effective equipment. I mean, persons don't have to run out there and buy big, expensive equipment online to get this done. You can, as I said, you can get it done at home. You just need some knives, a drying tray for out in the sun, a good blender, some good packaging or dry buckets or containers at home, and you're good to go with your flour. Last year we had a training here, and the breadfruit flour and the sweet potato was utilized by one of our local chefs, and we really had really good reviews and really good turnout. She made different products with it. It was a collaboration with FAO and CADI. And right now, I think CADI is working on some recipes made with local flour that was born, out of this training and everything like that. It had good results. The products that were made, as I said, we had sweet bread, and we had cookies and cupcakes and different things like that. So I think that locally we are going in the right direction. The agro-processing industry is going in the right direction when it comes to utilizing local products, whether it's root crops or local fruits, to make flour. Breadfruit flour can be mixed with all-purpose flour at a ratio of 70-30, 30% breadfruit flour and 70% all-purpose or wheat flour to make whatever products you like. But then again, we know that there are persons out there that are allergic to wheat. There's celiac, and they would have to do other alternatives that they would have to try to get the flour to really shape and stay together because they cannot use wheat. But those of us that can, we use a 70-30 ratio to make our goodies at home. So we have rye plantain flour, and we decided to do rye plantain flour because of it gives a natural, sweet, flavorful taste. And also we have not seen rye plantain on the market in terms of flour before. As with the other flours, they are gluten-free, 100% gluten-free, 100% free of preservatives. And it's really nice and sweet. You can do your pancakes, your porridge, your breads. Same at the ratio 70-30. That's 30% dry plantain flour and 70% wheat flour. And you can get all the products that you can get normally by using 100% wheat. When it comes to the production of plantain flour, rye plantain flour that is, one must take into consideration the fact that you do not go and take overripe plantain to make the flour, nor do you take plantains that have disease or pests, or they have, when you cut them open, they have soft and hard, you know, the unevenness in them. Just at the cusp of ripeness, when they are very firm and they just turn that first yellow, that is when you should pick your plantain and wash it again, peel it, slice it 1 to 3 millimeters thick, treat it with lemon. You put it in your lemon water just for about 2 minutes. You remove, you place on your dryer trays, you let it drain for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can place it out in the sun, or you can place it in your dryer. And after drying, you know, you cool, you mill, you package. So the selection of fruit is very important. Please do not try to make plantain flour with very ripe or overripe or soggy plantain, because you will not get what you're looking for in terms of a flour. You may get something else. We offer a service at the lab that's in the form of pulping. Persons wishing to do jams and jellies, sauces, juices, at a small fee, of course. Different items can be pulped. Persons would pulp tamarind, they can pulp mango, they can pulp guavas, they can pulp nutmeg. Different things can be pulped to make different products. And here, as you can see, we have a sample of pulp that was done with our pulper. This is tamarind pulp. And as I said, it can be used to do juice and sauces, and it can be used as a marinade and things like that. And we have tamarind juice, which we know that is not really utilized much here in Grenada, and we would like to see it be more utilized when it's in season. After the tamarind is pulped, it can be bagged and put in the freezer, and it would last probably 6 to 9 months in the freezer. So persons can have that tamarind taste. You could have your tamarind juice, you could have your tamarind sauces throughout the year. Again, it was done all natural. You just need a pulper and a bag. And for persons wishing to do it as a product, or persons wishing to go into other products, you can come here and you can utilize our pulper to pulp tamarind or guavas or anything else that you would like to pulp to make into another product. So persons would come and they would pulp their mango and they would make mango cheese. They would pulp guava and do guava cheese, or they would do jam and they would do jelly, and they would pulp tamarind and they would make it into sauces with other ingredients. So that's the idea here at the Produce Chemist Lab. Persons can come and utilize our pulper. Obviously, you would get information and advice, technical advice and technical support in terms of the product that you're making, along with the use of the pulper. Yeah, we have some CMOS to highlight. As we know, CMOS is a product that is big on the market right now. It's like almost every corner you turn, you see CMOS drinks being sold locally. There's also expressed interest, and there are a lot of persons here who are getting into the export of CMOS, already exporting Grenadian-grown CMOS to overseas market. And these CMOS packages that we have here were done using the Produce Chemist Lab facilities because it was a requirement of the export market to use a facility like ours to package their CMOS to get it for export overseas. So again, persons wishing to do things like that, we are here to facilitate this kind of service. We have the gold CMOS. We have this multicolored CMOS. As you know, that is the nutrients that would cause the different colors in the CMOS. And this CMOS is specially packaged for a market in the US, just as it is natural. I mean, if you zoom in, you would see a little bit of the salt and everything like that on it, because that is what the exporter and the importer required. That is what the consumers of this product require, that this is how they want it in its natural state. You know, unbleached, unblemished, no preservative, no chemicals, nothing like that. And that is the packaging they required it. So persons can also get that done at our facility here. We know CMOS is packed with vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and everything. I think it's 92 out of the 110 minerals that our body require. CMOS already have it. Here we went on to do some work with the purpose CMOS, and we have the purpose CMOS in terms of a powder. We understand that not everybody likes to drink CMOS. We understand not everybody likes the taste and all of that. So this is an easy way, but they would like to use the CMOS product, but they don't like the taste. So you can add this to your smoothie. You can add it to your smoothie and press the button on your blender or your juicer, have it going, and there you get your CMOS incorporated into your smoothie without the taste that you do not like. Again, it takes out of the hard work. You know, you come from work, you would like something that is packed, something with vitamins and minerals, something that is nutritious. But the work, we all know the work that CMOS entails. You have to wash it, you have to clean it, you have to get your lime or your lemon. If you forget to buy your lime or your lemon, oops, you cannot enjoy it, but you're tired and you want your CMOS to drink. Again, it takes the hard work out of doing the CMOS. You would get the CMOS, you would get the nutrition, but without the hard work. So hence the birth of the CMOS powder. Also too, for the persons who may not even want the CMOS in their powder, we have the CMOS capsules. So it's very easy, it's right on the go. I mean, you can put it in your work bag, you can go to work with it, and you have your CMOS to take during the day. You can take 2 CMOS pills per day and you're ready to go without having to go through all the hard work, without even bothering with the smoothie or even bothering to boil it or, you know, steep it. So you take all the hard work out of it and you have your CMOS on the go with all your energy, your vitamins, your minerals, your antioxidants. So here we have popsicles, or as we call them, spice pops. This is a product that is made at the Produce Chemist Lab by a group of local young men, which is, you know, really surprising and really good at the same time, because most times when you think agro-processing, you think women, a group of young women or older women, but these are a group of young men. They came to us with the idea, and we worked with them to get the products going. We work with them through the product development stages. We also offer testing here as well, and their products were tested to meet market requirements. They did the nutrition facts, they did their microbial testing and different things like that that is required for the market. We also gave them some support with when it comes to their label, and they have all the information that's needed on their label, like where it's manufactured, the ingredients, contact phone numbers, the weight, contact emails, and the best by dates, which is very important for products. We know it's a must for local and international markets. They do different flavors. I think I have the watermelon flavor in my hand, so it's all natural again, all locally made products. They are made with local fruits, local ingredients, great for the children, great for the family. This is the watermelon. We have passion fruit. We have mangoes. We have other flavors like chocolate and different things like that. We have orange. So it's a great addition to the Produce Chemist Lab family, and persons, again, seeking to develop their products. We give technical advice, technical support. We offer testing and different things like that. We offer research and development. So a lot of research and a lot of work and a lot of testing went into it, and now it's market approved. And actually, they have been selling. They built it up from an idea. It was conceptualized. It was put down on paper, and now it's an actual product, and is being sold in some of our supermarkets. Yes, right now they're working on getting it out there a little bit more. The name of the product is Spice Pops, and you can look for it coming soon in your local supermarket and grocery if it's not there already. Please support our young men.
My name is Ali Batiste. My company name is Vineyard Limited. We came up with the idea to utilize Moringa. Moringa been known on the island for a very long time. People grows it in their backyard, one tree a house, and just basically picking the leaf and making tea. So by our research online, we realized there is many more products you can get out of the Moringa tree. So I came to the lab and I had a conversation with Mr. Henry, the Produce Chemist Lab, and I decided, well, let me run some tests on this with his guidance and come up with a finished product as Moringa pill. Now, a lot of people know sitting home early in the morning having a cup of hot tea, rushing, you may have to catch a bus or trying to beat the traffic. It's kind of difficult to consume a cup of tea, in this busy hour. So we put the Moringa into a capsule, easy to take, but you have to take it after your meal. So 2 capsules a day is our recommended doses for the day. We also have the Moringa powder, which you put into your smoothies, your salad, your food, anything you're cooking. 1 teaspoon per day consumption. The Moringa is wonderful. It has so many benefits. I will take up the afternoon pointing out the benefit and the assisting in the body of healing some of the diseases that appear in the body. We also have the Moringa oil, which is nice golden color oil of the Moringa. Look at this. Good for your hair growth, help you with just dry skin, aging. It helps you with a lot of stuff. It makes from the Moringa seed, which is come from the drumstick. It's a lot of work put into it, but get the finished product as the Moringa oil. Every Grenadian, I'm pointing out, we have to eat healthy, we have to stay healthy. Love us Grenada, we love you back. These are wonderful product, health product. So as we go launch into supermarkets and pharmacies, we asking for your support. They are great benefit. As we highlight here, we're talking about milk, calcium, 14 times more you get out of Moringa than a glass of milk or a jar of milk. We're talking about banana, we're talking about spinach, 9 times more iron in spinach. Yogurt, there is so much carrots, so much benefit that you get from consuming Moringa, compared to the basic vegetable or fruits that we consume. So it's a wonderful product. It's a healthy product. It's the most healthiest tree on the face of the earth. They also name it as a superfood. Some countries they call it the tree of life. So it's a wonderful product. Even eating, consuming of the seeds. You remove the outer shell and consuming of the seeds. First it enters your mouth, it has a bitter taste. But after consuming it with a glass of water, it tastes sweet. You know, it's also purified water. Doing research looking at the African countries where they use the same moringa seed to purify water. You know, so there is so much that we get out of moringa. You know, it's a large amount, you know, discussing it. But you yourself, the audience, you can do your own research online and see the great benefit that you get from moringa. Vineyard Limited, in joint venture with the Produce Chemist Lab, Ms. Bartholomew in charge downstairs in the lab. She works along with me daily in developing our product. Mr. Henry, as the head of the lab, you know, they worked along very closely. So any processor intend to come to the lab, these are wonderful people to work along with. So you come in respectable. It's a wonderful venture coming here and experimenting on products or ideas that you have.
I'm Owen Henry. I'm the Chief Analytical Chemist, Lab Manager of the Produce Chemist Laboratory. As you know, the Produce Chemist Laboratory is part of the Ministry of Agriculture, and we are here to assist persons in agro-processing or value addition. We offer a wide range of services to include product development, product manufacturing, lab testing, consultancy, general, any persons have ideas, we look at the feasibility of the idea, and we offer assistance in terms of developing product or developing product ideas, etc. As you have seen in the display earlier, we do a wide range of product, whether it's plant-based, whether it's animal-based, whatever it is, we will try to assist persons in developing the idea and making it come to fruition. We are situated at Tanteen, okay, as you'll see, right by the roundabout. So we are accessible to almost every person, and you can come in or call the facility. If you're interested, you can call at 440-3273 or 0105, and you can make an appointment and you can come in and speak to any member of staff about your idea if you're interested in developing a particular product, as it may be. We always welcome persons, as Mr. Baptiste will have alluded earlier. We welcome persons. No matter how small it is, we'll assist you. Whether it's how big it is, we'll also assist you. We try our best with the limited resources that we have here, and we ensure that you are left satisfied at the end of the whole process. We also try our best to ensure that persons will complete, so we do follow up with persons to ensure not that when you come here and you get assistance and we leave you on your own. No, we'll try to follow up with you and see how things are going from time to time. And in some cases, we also try to visit. If you have a facility, we'll visit the facility to see how your production is going. There's a small cost attached to the service. As we know, yes, it's a government facility, but obviously you have to pay something. These are minimal costs, okay? The prices are very, the fees, sorry, they are very attractive. So it's not something to say, okay, it will make you broke or anything like that. We know persons out there try to help themselves, so we also are trying to help these persons also. So there's a minimal cost that is attached. And if you're interested in the fees, then you can log on to the government website under the Ministry of Agriculture, look for the Produce Chemist Lab section, and there are lists of the fees that are attached to the different services that is provided. And as I said earlier, sometimes there's a lot of glut of local produce on the market, whether it's breadfruit, whether it's mangoes, whether it's soursop, whatever it is. You can call in, okay, make an appointment, and there are some things that we'll have already done, but if you also have an idea of something that you want to do, we'll also look at the feasibility of doing it and see how best we can accommodate it and provide an outcome to you.